It begins in the quiet shadows, unnoticed by the outside world. You are 7 years old, locking eyes with a parent who is visibly unraveling. Perhaps it's the haze of addiction, the sharp edge of volatile anger, or simply the hollow, crushing silence of someone too emotionally depleted to be present. In that moment, without a single word being exchanged, an ancient survival mechanism clicks into place within your young mind. If I don't hold the pieces together, everything will fall apart. This is how a child slowly disappears, not physically, but psychologically. They start to smile more, to appease the room, cry less, to avoid being a burden, and learn to calibrate their behavior based on the shifting moods of their parents. They become the emotional thermostat of the household, absorbing the tension to keep the peace. They are pushed into the role of a miniature adult long before their minds are developmentally ready. The world often applauds this precocity. You're so mature, you're so responsible, you're so strong. But no one stops to ask, at what cost? This is the invisible grief of those who were forced to outgrow their childhood. Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of that child, because these echoes do not fade with time. They shape your adult identity, following you into your relationships, your career, and your very sense of self-worth. If you fail to understand this history, you will spend your life repeating the survival patterns that once saved you, but are now quietly unraveling you from within. Let's begin with the developmental reality. When children are coerced into supporting their parents emotionally rather than being supported by them, psychologists call this times parentification. In this dynamic, the child is forced to become the caregiver, the mediator, the therapist, and the protector. This is not just unhealthy, it physically rewires the developing brain. When a child is consistently held responsible for emotional regulation, they develop times hypervigilance. You live in a state of constant, subconscious scanning for danger. You learn to walk on eggshells, treating love like a fragile transaction. If I provide peace and stability, perhaps they will provide me with safety. You internalize the dangerous belief that your own needs are an inconvenience, while the needs of others are a crisis. Consequently, you vanish not in body, but in spirit. In your place emerges a persona designed for high performance. The good child, the quiet overachiever, the therapist friend, the person who never asks for anything. You inhabit this identity so convincingly that, over time, even you forget it is a mask. But deep down, something aches. There is a buried inner child who never truly left. They remain in the depths of your psyche, screaming in silence, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" As you age, these symptoms grow in complexity. You might become hyper-independent, instinctively refusing help, pushing people away, or finding it impossible to feel safe when someone tries to love you. You may feel numb during moments of genuine joy, because happiness feels alien, unearned, or even like a trap. You might struggle to rest, convinced that your worth is tied exclusively to your productivity. Worst of all, you may not realize you are still trapped in survival mode, because dysfunction was your baseline. Your nervous system interprets chaos as normal. Stillness feels suspicious, peace feels eerie, and love feels like a debt you are destined to repay. Why would any child willingly take on this burden? Because children will sacrifice their own authenticity to secure a tether of attachment. It is not a conscious choice. It is a desperate biological instinct. In the absence of safety, the child trades their true self for a sense of belonging. This is not a weakness. It is a testament to the incredible intelligence of the human spirit. Yet, the tragedy remains. The very thing that saved you then is the thing that imprisons you now. We walk through the world as high-functioning adults, while our neglected inner children pull the strings. We overachieve to earn affection. We stay silent to avoid rejection. We take care of everyone else, secretly hoping someone will finally ask if times are okay. That persistent fantasy that someone will finally see through the armor and realize you aren't as strong as you pretend to be is the unmet need of the child who was never allowed to be a child. The first step toward healing is not fixing yourself. It is witnessing your own truth. You must stop gaslighting yourself with lines like, "It wasn't that bad," or "Others had it worse." Fine is just another mask, and you know it. When you grow up too fast, you become an adult who cannot trust softness, a giver who is terrified to receive, and a person who confuses exhaustion with success. But here is the truth. No one is coming to rescue the child you buried. You are the one who